What's going on, guys? Reese. I'm going to start out on a few things so I don't forget them. First, we're going to go to you're the news station. You say you're the gig news, right? You report the news. So that makes you what? A reporter, right? What's the first rule in journalism? The first rule is not to make yourself a part of the story. Don't give opinions, don't change the story. But another very important one is, and this is not saying Twiggy was your source. I have no idea. I wasn't there. I can't say yes, no, or anyway, but I can say this. First, we're going to clear up. Twiggy never said he didn't have your phone number, right? He never said that. What he said was he didn't have your number at first. He made a mistake by confusing the names of you and your father. He called your father by mistake. He immediately apologized to your father. Then he apologized to you but he also said he had your number now because, like, just like you said, he said you was texting him. He had talked about calling you and all that stuff, right? But let's say you were a reporter. You never out your source. I mean, you, in your words today, said Twiggy was your main source. You said that a couple times. You said it yesterday, too, that he was your main source on, like, Tammy and all this shit, right? And I'm not saying he was. I mean, obviously, if you had something on Twiggy, you would fucking put it out there. But the point of it is, even if he was, or it doesn't matter if he was or what, but the point of it is you'd never out your source. Now, why would anybody ever trust you enough now to tell you anything privately? I mean, even before this, I don't know why the fuck anybody would have trusted you. But I'm just saying, after this, you just said that you would tell everything. I don't know. I mean, you need to rethink you need to rebrand the channel to a not so news reporter or something like that. I don't know. Another thing is you got a bad fucking habit of when you listen to somebody say something, you'll say something like, man, that's nuts, or he's nuts, right? You say that all the time, like, man, that's nuts. Well, you got to remember now, you and Roy are linked through GigTube history of being the two people that took down the lounge. You got to respect Roy. You got to start saying, that is nut. He is nut. You have to respect the missing nut, Reese. Get your shit right, right? Another one is, you brought up the Scarlet Letter, which is fucking, that was a Freudian slip, what that was. You're bringing up the Scarlet Letter. And what's that about? It's about somebody, and you was even saying it. You was saying it was a bad thing that what happened to the girl in that, right? But what letter was that? It was a letter A, right? What was that A for? Adultery, right? That was written in 1850. 1850, Reese. I guess it was 3 years ago on that shit you was saying about Heidi, so that'd be around 2021. And even though Heidi did not do that, she proved it, and it's sad that she even had to prove that she didn't do that. But even if she did, which she didn't, it's her private life. It has nothing to do with that. But you tried to take something from 3 years ago and turn it on her ass. But then you'll reference the Scarlet Letter. You just don't think shit through, do you? I don't know. Then the NGB thing. You say stuff like, we're trying to recruit NGB. We're, like, guess trying to manipulate them. Reese, that's not true at all. You know that. When NGB comes around the lounge, he's no different than anybody else there. The only one that sees color, Reese, is you. Nobody else. Nobody. We don't be like, oh, this is a white guy, this is a black guy, this is a Hispanic guy. It's the character of the person. No one has ever thought of NGB as a black guy. We thought of NGB as a good, he's a good dude. He comes there and hangs out. He's chill. That's why he's like there. It's not because of the shit you try to spin. No one cares, again, about color except for you. Another thing you said, and I can say again, I can't believe you say this shit without, I mean, you should really think this shit over. But you said this as you're sitting there playing a lounge video after striking the lounge. Now, this is the new lounge. You screwed up the old one, but the new one's back and it's going to be better than the old one. So fuck you and Roy. But anyway, you said, they play each other's videos. And also, you said I had 737 subs. Now, the making this video, I have 738. I need a retraction on that, Reese. Can I sue you for false numbering? I don't know. He'd probably unsub from me. I know you're sub, Reese. If you ain't, make sure you sub and hit the bell. But anyway, you asked why people didn't play your videos, right? Are you fucking kidding me, Reese? Because anybody plays anything of yours, you strike them. Why would anybody play your shit? You're literally sitting there saying, well, why don't you play my videos? Why don't you do this? But then when somebody does it, you strike them. You tuck down the channel for doing it. And conspired, again, you admitted to that. You conspired with another person to take down the channel. So yeah, I don't think no one's going to play your shit no more, Reese. Even though you're sitting there, your whole stream was you playing another person's stream. Now you're going to say, well, it's fair use. That's fair use. Well, Flex's was too. It's just like I said, Flex didn't want you to have his information because we see what happens when you get someone's information. Red Pool Jack made a good point. Saying someone's name is doxing. The name is the most important thing. Even if you have an address, but you don't have the person's name, if it's an apartment building, a house, it doesn't matter. There's a lot of people. You got to know the name, right? Goddamn dog, chill out. So you even got my dog messed up, and my dog ain't fake. I wish they would stop talking with my dog. I don't know. Let's see what else we got here. I actually wrote some of this shit down, Reese. First time in years. I didn't even know my pen still worked. Let's see here. Can't even read what the fuck I wrote. Can't use this anyway. But anyway, I'm just saying. When I first came in there, I had started from the very start, kind of. I went through a little bit, I didn't want to hear the first shit, but I went through and I happened to land on the part where you were saying, and you said like this, you said, pretty close to what you said. You said, I'm going to tell you all why, I guess you're suing Red. You're like, listen really good. Then you tell us. And nobody still has a fucking clue what you're talking about, Reese. Because here's what you said. You started out by saying Flex and Thunder and used all the shit they done. But then you said Red made a comment and she said the word we. So I guess maybe you're getting her for a RICO case or something. I don't fucking know. I mean, I don't know what the fuck you up to. But you have said many times when you talk about that, when you bring that up, that nobody did, because again, we're going to get to that in a minute, but you bring up they. So maybe Red just put we because you said they. But again, she said she donated. She proved she did. I have no idea why do you think that one comment, why would that comment give you mental anguish anyway? Because I don't know, dude. That's what you need to do a stream on. You need to explain that. You really need to explain that. What did that comment do to you to get you so tore up that you think you can sue for that, for mental anguish? We'll wait on your response. But let's go back to Flex and Thunder. For one, Thunder wasn't even there that day. See, you keep saying shit, and you're the reporter. You got all these receipts and shit, right? We need to show them because Thunder wasn't even there. And Flex never said nothing like you said. What happened, Reese? He never said a word about you raising money for your mother or any of that. You came in there calling everybody broke, losers, saying how about you had all this fucking money and shit. You had ASCAP. Hey, does ASCAP, do they give referral bonuses? I'm just saying, if you send Roy a link that says ASCAP, there's no way in hell he's not going to click that. You could hook him right up. Roy has capped quite a few asses. He loves to cap the ass. But anyway, Flex brought up the point that if everybody here is so poor and beneath you, why was you accepting the money? It wasn't about what the money was for. He wasn't even bringing, he didn't even say, he brought up the point of what it was. Then the car thing. See, I didn't even see the car post. I really didn't. Because hell, back at that time, if I would have known you, I mean, shit, I would have probably threw you a few bucks to help you out. But how do you think people would have felt if they gave you to that? They took money from, again, you're saying everybody's broke. So you're taking money from people that you say you got so much more than. That's the point Flex was making. He never said that. And again, go back and watch it. Play it. Hell, play it, Reese. That's what you should do. You say you got all those receipts. Play it. Show us what they said. Show us what Thunder said. I don't even see how you're putting Thunder in it. I mean, like I said, Flex didn't do any. Flex did bring up the point. You're calling us losers. And a lot of people made that point, but you put it all on Flex. I did like the subtle, you was trying to show Flex you got his back because, the blue band, you got the blue hoodie. We know what you're doing, Reese. You just need to come back and say you're sorry, and that ain't gonna work. Now, you done a lot of shit, haven't you? Yeah, never mind. I'm just saying, Reese, you need to rethink shit. If you sue Red, I mean, dude, it's not gonna work out. And the only thing I think, if Red does counter sue and she wins, I think she should get the pugs. Those pugs do not, they got the mental anguish. I mean, it's a good thing dogs don't have like thumbs and shit. They be trying to grab shit and poke out their eyes, but they can't do it because they ain't got opposable thumbs. Did you look into the blindfold and the earplugs and the nose plug? But you always looked into the ass cap. But you, when he heard me say this, you heard like that was the beads going out. He thought he found something new. Go and play with your bead, Roy. It's all right. Hey, Reese, how long before you do a stream like the coloring wars with Roy. But the sad part is, Reese, you only need one crayon because that's all you care about is color. You're the only one. Nobody else brings up color. You bring up the JB thing. Everybody has. I mean, dude, did you not see me on the lounge that night when JB was on there and he was kind of drunk saying shit? Twice me and him got into it over that shit. Nobody would let someone say something like that and not call them out. You did though. He was calling you a name. I can't remember what he was calling you now, but he told you that's what he calls black people. I couldn't believe you didn't. I couldn't believe you stayed up there. And you did more, and you said you was doing it because you was a reporter. But dude, he was mocking you, and you were sitting there laughing about it. Then you got the nerve to tell someone else. He has never said nowhere near the shit he has said on yours on the lounge. There's no way it would be allowed. But you let him. I mean, hell, you probably told him to say whatever the fuck you want to. Go right ahead. I don't know. I mean, you say you did it again because it was news, but that's not news when you let it. You say you're as big as you are, and you're so popular on all these platforms. Why would you want to put someone up there doing that and give them the platform if you say that they're racist and they say all this stuff, no one should let them around? But according to you, you're the biggest YouTuber, I guess the biggest TikToker, the biggest ass capper besides Roy of any of us, right? So wouldn't you be given the most? I mean, you're the one showing, you got all these people, so you're the one putting them out there the most. I don't know. Let's see what else I got to bitch about. I think that's about it, Reese. Reese, stop with the bullshit. Come up and make a video saying, Red, what the fuck was I talking about? I have no idea what I was thinking. I'm sorry. I'm not suing you. Flex, I really do love you. I miss the Ben. He's not going to let you back, though, Reese. You've done a lot of bad shit. Again, you're linked in the history of GigTube with Roy. Roy and Reese sitting in a tree. You took down the lounge, so fuck thee. Y'all have a good one. Except for you and Roy, Reese. Probably you too, Cherry. Poppy, you kiss my ass too. Rest y'all have a good one. Remember, Reese, that's nut. That's nut, not nuts. Nut, singular. No nuts, plural. Respect the missing nut, Reese.